Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Zebu Nation. And here we are back again, Wings of Glory with LAFC. Unfortunately, at the moment, glory is escaping us. Let's take a look at the competitions. Wow, we're all the way down at the bottom, 12th place in the Western Conference. And yeah, 23rd place overall in the Supporters Shield. Not looking too good. On the bright side, though, our board expectations are finish bottom of the league. So I guess we're meeting expectations. I guess that's good. What happens if we finish above that? Are they going to be upset? They're like, no, we told you finish bottom of the league. What are you doing? Anyway, right now we are finishing bottom of the league. 9 games, 1 win, 1 draw, 7 losses. Ouch. For a total of 4 points, -8 goal differential. It's bad news. Bad news, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I was going to originally come back at mid-season and, wait until mid-season, but I wanted to come back now at basically the quarter season mark and kind of show you this because I know a lot of other people out there are struggling with FM18 as well. So I wanted to show everybody that I'm not immune to this. Even though I felt like I had pretty good success in the beta with FC Dallas. It's just, different season, different team. I don't know, different mentality or makeup. I don't know what it is. Because I'm using proven tactics. I know these tactics work. They worked in the beta at least. I'm using sort of really good players we paid a lot of money for who have high ratings. And they're just not coming together. They're just not... I don't know, they're not working out. So I've been tweaking things and changing things, and maybe that's not the best strategy either, because I tried staying consistent for a little while, and that didn't particularly work either. So I'm just looking for all kinds of different factors, and one factor I want to look at here is the schedule. And this is something that the real players in MLS have complained about and have really had issues with in the last few years. And it's something that I kind of touched on in my previous video when I talked about conferences in American sports. Like, why do we have Eastern Conference, Western Conference? It's because of geography. It's because of travel. And I don't know if this is the real LAFC schedule, but if it is, they are going to get burned out just the same way we got burned out because of all these Eastern Conference games we've had to play. Now, luckily, we only play these teams once a season, but the travel in my first 10 games has been pretty much horrific. Look at our first game. First game of the season is away at Philadelphia. I did the calculations. That's 2,300 miles away, okay, from LA to Philadelphia, 2,300 miles. Not a great road game, but you know what? If that's your first game of the season, it's okay. But then we come back home to LA to play New York. So that's another 2,300 miles back from Philadelphia to home. And that's in 3 days. From the 10th to the 13th, we got another game. So in 3 days, okay, we've gone over 5,000 miles. Then we come back again. Our next game, 4 days later, is in New England. That's 2,500 miles. So in our first 3 games, 7 days, we've gone 7,000 miles of travel. That's kind of ridiculous. Then we come back home, 2,500 miles to play Montreal. Then we go back out to Toronto FC for our next game. Another 2,000 miles. And then back home again to play Orlando. Another 2,000 miles. So our first 6 games, we've traveled over 10,000 miles. I mean, we might as well be playing in Europe. Anyway, well, maybe not Europe. Might as well be playing in Hawaii with all the travel we've been doing. We got a little bit of a break after that. We got 3 home games, and we had some crushing results. First of all, we beat Orlando City 3-0. That was an outstanding game. I'd love to show you this highlights for this game just to brighten everyone's spirits, I guess. My spirits, at least. I don't know, maybe that's the reason people watch Football Manager videos, is to watch other people struggle. But, we actually had some players make some good plays here. Caldwell sends it forward to Tejeda. Tejeda centers to Delgado. This is what's supposed to be going on. This is what's supposed to be happening, and our home fans loving it. By the way, we sold 19,000 season tickets. There's Hegland. There's our corner play. We instituted the corner play this game, and it worked pretty good. Is Covea on a run, our reserve striker. And look at this back pass to Marias, the young 4th-round draft pick with a chip on his shoulder, scores a goal in his first game. So this is what I expect to see. I expect to see like our attacking players running downfield and making plays. And maybe the key was in this game, I played some reserves. I didn't play all those high-priced players. You saw those goals were not necessarily, other than Tejeda setting up the first goal. None of our big-name stars were involved in those plays. So maybe that's our problem. Maybe it's just our star players are not gelling and our star players aren't worth the money. But anyway, after that, we had a 1-1 sort of drag-out affair versus LA. And that's kind of what I think we should expect against our rivals, is everybody sort of button up and plays it tight and goes for the draw. And then our next 2 matches against San Jose and Sporting KC were just sort of gut-wrenching 2-1 losses. Both of these losses were in extra time. Just, oh man, especially the San Jose. We were tied with San Jose at the time, and if we had won that, we would have jumped up a few places. We'd have been out of last place. And, we had 1-0 going in to the second half, and then they scored in the second half to tie it up, and then they scored in like the 93rd minute to win it. Same thing with Sporting KC. It was a back and forth affair. Tied it up in the second half, and then extra time, 91st minute, 92nd minute, they get the go-ahead goal. So we've had some brutal results coming in to face Colorado, who is the 11th place team. So if we beat Colorado, we at least kind of move up in the standings. We at least look a little better on paper anyway. We'd be tied in points for the Supporters' Shield. We'd overtake New England, be tied with Chicago, Columbus, Colorado, and Montreal. So at least we wouldn't look quite as bad as being stuck down here with 4 points at the very, very bottom of the table. All right, so let's go. Let's play this game versus Colorado and see what we can do. See if we can improve our fortunes. I don't know. I've been sticking with our top players just because we paid all that money. Let's see, who is this? Seth Krigg at Bank of California Stadium. He is old and boring. His relationship is indifferent. Journalist 1, apparently he does not have a job. Oh, there it is, the American Soccer Post. All right, he wants to know, there's been a lot of speculation linking you to the vacant Montreal. Man, they're just rumors. Why would I leave LAFC for Montreal? So yeah, as I mentioned, 19,000 season tickets out of a 22,000 seat stadium. Our finances are through the roof, so I don't know why we would leave LAFC when we got all these resources. I mean, maybe I'm just no good with all these resources. Okay, so here's our team. We will submit that. I mean, we got Vela, Tejeda, Villalba. Everybody, is playing, so let's go. The only guy who's still not playing is Rodrigo. He seems to be a bit injury prone. I'd like to get him in the lineup more, see how he and Vela play together. But so far, I haven't been able to do that because of the injuries and such. So here is the lineup. Stefan in goal. Romney and Duncan, our 2 youngsters, out on the wing. Watts and Hagland, our 2 veterans in central defense. Delgado, Caldwell in the midfield. We moved Martinez up to the advanced playmaker, our number 1 draft pick. Got Tejeda, Villalba, and Vela, of course, as our attackers. So let's go, boys. We're facing Colorado. They got Tim Howard in goal. Other than that, they got Boateng in the central midfield. All right, we got to watch for him. He's a bit of an attacker. Gashi is their star player out here. I don't know who this guy is. He's got 2 goals, 2 assists, though, in first 8 games, so that's pretty good. Team talk. Let's see. Let's put an end to our poor run. Yeah, all right. That's fine. Let's go. So we are going with the 4-2-3-1. We're trying to go a little bit attacking. So in the last few games, I've been trying to play it a little conservative and have the guys structured, counter-attacking, and it kind of worked. But, then we would get behind. We'd have to go on the attack and come back, and then you saw the results. So maybe with this team, because we have all these star players, we have to play a little bit more free-flowing. We have to give them a little bit more freedom, and here we are on the attack. I like this. So we're going to try it this way. We're going to try to give these guys more freedom, more fluidity. So far, it seems to be working. They got a couple of injuries in the lineup. Schoberg, 6.7 rating and an injury. Uh-oh, here we are. Corner for them. Tejeda plays it out nicely. But they get it right back in. Gashi. Tejeda is all over the field right now. This is good. That's what I wanted to see from the beginning. So maybe it's been my fault. Maybe I've been holding these guys back, these star players, and I've been, telling them to play too conservative. They haven't been, unleashing their skills. But I have been worried about the defense. I've been worried about, keeping things tight back there. But maybe we're just, biting the hand that feeds Watts. I would have liked to seen that get forward earlier to Tejeda, but he fights off one man. Takes a shot. All right, we're looking good. We're at least getting highlights. The last couple of games has been just kind of a struggle. So maybe this change in tactics can be the difference. And I think one of the keys with FM18 is when you find a tactic and a lineup and, players who work well together, you got to keep them in the lineup as much as possible and just go with what works until it stops working. I think in FM17 you could experiment a little bit more if you wanted to. There's Tejeda again all over the field. I like that. Gets it up to Villalba. His first touch of the game. Sends it forward to Vela. This is what they were not doing earlier. Vela through their whole defense. What the shot. I guess when you got Tim Howard on the back line, you can sort of just sag off and not let them cross the ball. Hagelin, there's our corner play. Delgado. But you see, that's the corner play, by the way. It's up on the Steam Marketplace right now. Not the Steam Marketplace. Steam Workshop. Yeah, I'm selling this corner play for $2.99. No, it's available for download for free. And you saw one of the options there. If you get the ball to that short corner man, he can head it across. Now, he didn't score a goal there, obviously, but I think you can see the potential of that play when you head it across the goal and have people there waiting. All right, here we go. Here's Gat. Far side corner for Colorado. Nice football tackle there. Just get that dude out of there. Here's Villalba coming back to get the ball. I like that. He's going to just blast it forward. Come on, buddy. There was not even anybody making a run to blast it that far. I don't even have... what are our tactics going on here? Yeah, mixed passing, not route one or anything like that. So that was... not happy about that pass, but whatever. 26 minutes down. A lot of highlights, no scoring, but at least, we seem to be working the ball pretty well. What do we got here? 52% possession. That's good. Oh, yellow card for Romney. That's no good. He's getting quite a few yellow cards lately, but he is a tackle machine, so it's kind of why he's out there, is to make tackles. Here's Silva for Colorado. Has it up and over the goal. Colorado is getting their attempts. Now the question is, what do I do in this formation? Here's Martinez with the free kick. With this formation and this lineup, what do I do when I get ahead? Do I drop back, change formation? Here's Vela now with a free kick. Let's see if he can put that left foot to work, and there it is. There it is, his first free kick goal of the regular season. He's actually got some teammates to celebrate with now. That's good. In the preseason, nobody was celebrating with Vela. Nobody wanted to come near him. There it is. Howard, come on, buddy. What kind of a save attempt was that? You expect a little bit more from Tim Howard, but I'll take it. So here's our conundrum now. Do we press the attack? Do we stay on possession? Or do we drop back to counterattack? I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to keep on possession and let these boys try and dictate the game. Carlos Vela, 8.1. His ratings have been so low. He's been like 6.4, 6.5 every game. So to see him up with 8.1, that's what he's supposed to be at. That's what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be our bell cow, leading the way. Stefan now with a goal kick. Blasts it downfield. Caldwell can't get underneath it. But Villalba looks like he's going to grab it with his electric blue tennis shoes there. Electric blue boots, I guess. That's what they call them. Anyway, Gashi has it for Colorado on the counterattack. McNamara tries to play it downfield. Watts intercepts to Vela. Vela on the run. Can he get past the defense? He's got one man to beat. And Tim Howard. Tim Howard with a nice save. But Tejeda looks like he might be tracking it down. Nope. Colorado defense sends it out for a throw-in. But this is what we want. Here's Romney with the throw-in. Back to Martinez. Nice safe play. Centers it to Caldwell. Caldwell looking. Plays it forward to Villalba. Oh, Villalba. Great pass to Vela with his second goal. I think we found... I mean, we are playing Colorado, who's one of the worst teams in the league along with us. But maybe letting these guys loose is the key. Here it is again. Caldwell has it, looking for support. Villalba, great little back pass here. And then Vela with the finish calmly. Doesn't need to blast it in the back of the net. Just picks his spot. Bang. Beats Tim Howard. All right, positivity. I'm feeling much, much better. You know, going on that run of just defeat after defeat. Here's Romney now, booting it forward. Vela again on the run. Vela. Oh, wow. This is what I expected from the beginning of the season. It's my fault. It's all my fault. Playing too conservatively. I haven't unleashed the dragon. Does this guy have a nickname? Does Vela have a nickname? Is he the dragon? I don't know. He is now. Look at this guy. He has not shown this much pep and enthusiasm all season long. 9.5 rating, a hat trick in the first half. Come on. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we paid all that money for. Let's take a look at our analysis. Do we even need to bother? Tell Romney to ease off tackles. I can do that. He's got the yellow card. We're surprisingly ahead, given a struggle to give enough shots. Now we're not going to mess with that. We're not going to mess with work the ball in the box. Should be better off playing Alan Martinez in a more familiar position. Struggling to get any shots. They really want us to work the ball in the box, but we're not going to change anything up at the moment. We're just going to tell them, a good job, keep going, very pleased, let's go. End the pep talk, second half. It's too bad, wait, is this a home game? There's Vela. I was about to say it's too bad it's not a home game, but I think this might actually be a home game. Yes, this is a home game. We got the black and gold in the stands. A little bit of blue. I don't know what the blue is. Why? Oh, there's Stefan with a save. Why do we have a lot of blue in the stands? Is there a special blue kit that I'm unaware of? Because so far I've only seen the the matte black Nike Pro Combat and the away whites. I haven't seen. Do we like? It'd be cool if we had a gold uniform. Maybe we got a blue specialty uniform. I guess I should look that up or something. But we got a lot of blue shirts in the crowd. Maybe that's to note anybody who's not a season ticket holder, because, like, you know, 90% of our fans at the game are season ticket holders, which is pretty crazy. Maybe we're going to need to expand this brand new stadium. There's, oh, Delgado. I forgot to take out my yellow cards. Okay, Marky Delgado. Well, I wasn't going to change formations, but I guess now we kind of have to. Move Caldwell back to defensive mid. Move Martinez down. Tejeda, Villalba. I mean, none of these guys are in the right positions at the moment. Central midfield defense is not really his bag, baby. So we'll go deep lying playmaker support. Not roaming playmaker. Defensive midfield defend. I guess we'll go on the counter attack. We'll just boot the ball forward to Vela, and hopefully everything works out. Oops, confirm changes. Okay. The half just started, and we've already lost a yellow card. That's no good. Now what? Now Vela is injured? Not happy about that. The guy just got his mojo. Now we got to bring in Covea. Is Tejeda a better fit up here than Villalba? A little bit. So we will sub out Villalba for a Kogu. He's a little bit more of a natural midfielder. And he can play central mid defense. He's more of a defensive player. Far more of a defensive player. Even though Tejeda was all over the field earlier in the match. And I really enjoyed his work. But we'll move Tejeda up to advanced midfield where he's a little bit more comfortable and bring in a more defensive player with a Kogu. Get Villalba out of there. So Vela is injured, huh? Potential groin injury, never good. Never want to hear that. But the minutes now are just rolling by. 65 minutes down. So the first half was incredibly exciting. And now the second half we're down to 10 men and we're just booting it downfield. Here's Duncan. Throw into Hagelin. We should probably get Duncan out of there. Covea, the young striker, centers it to Tejeda. Not great. Not a great shot on goal, but you know. What are you going to do? Romney's. You know, the reason we play... No, that's not Romney. I'm thinking Duncan. Duncan is our tackling machine. He's only 20 years old. 16 tackling. I mean, come on. Romney is a guy who's probably better off playing a defensive fullback role. He's got 10 crossing, so he's okay to play our attacking role. Kind of. Only 10 pace. Don't like that. But he's got the yellow card, so we're going to get him out of there and bring in Ole Chavez, our academy player? Yeah, he's our academy player. 18 years old. Much more pace. Much better long throws. His marking is not really up to snuff. Also, jumping reach strength, also not up to snuff. But you know what? He doesn't have a yellow card. We're going to get him in there so we don't get another guy tossed out of the game. Delgado. He's kind of our all-around dude. Delgado's a guy who can play fullback, he can play defensive mid, he can play mid, center mid, you know. So he can play, I think he can even play out on the wing if necessary. So he's sort of our all-around dude. I don't like him getting a yellow card, 2 yellow cards, and sent out of the game because he's a guy who, if somebody else goes out, we can plug him in other areas. So when he goes out, it's kind of like losing several players. There's Gashi with a free kick for Colorado that comes to naught. And Schoberg, offsides or something? Yes, Schoberg is offsides. All right, get out of here. 80 minutes and counting. Okogu blasts it forward. Covea doesn't really make a run there. He just sort of stands there. Tim Howard, I'm sure he's incredibly disappointed to have given up 3 goals. It's really hard for a goalkeeper to play on the worst team in the league and keep his average up. There's Gashi. You know, although a couple seasons ago when Howard came to Colorado, he turned them around single-handedly, got them into the playoffs. And, you know, he was one of the big stories in MLS a couple of seasons ago. But maybe he's reaching the end of his tenure as the best goalkeeper in the U.S., being replaced by some other youngsters. He's been replaced on the national team, at least. You know, as there's a youth movement now going on in the national team after their debacle of not making the Olympics. Although now they've been joined by a couple of other countries, you know, Italy most notably. You know, the question is, which is a bigger disappointment, Italy or the U.S.? Like, Italy has World Cup victories, right? They got like 6, I think. 6-time World Cup victories. Anyway, they got more World Cup victories than the U.S., which is 0. So you would think, on the overall scheme of things, Italy missing out is a bit more of an upset. But you could also argue they've got a bit of a tougher road trying to qualify from Europe. Oh, that should have been a goal, but thankfully it was not. Whereas the U.S., you know, the fact that they're qualifying from CONCACAF, North America, Central America, they really should. They get every opportunity afforded to them to qualify for the Olympics. So it took a historically bad performance for them to miss out on the the World Cup this season. I mean, they missed out on the Olympics last year, so maybe it should be no surprise. Anyway, we didn't miss out on anything. We won 3-0, made up for things. I mean, apparently we get 3-0 victories or nothing is what we've discovered from this season. So let's go to the dressing room analysis. Is what I meant. So I guess we'll go with this for the next couple of games and see if letting people play more freely will help them out. I mean, we got a lot of motion down here on the right-hand side and the left-hand side this time. We had a big storm of activity. Wait, that's Colorado. So, yeah, we had the opposite. We had a lot of work around our goal. I'm not sure I like that. But we had more down the middle. Our inside forward had a lot of play, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. Not exactly. I would have wished that this was ours over here. I kind of like that. Anyway, let's stats. Is there stats? There's stats. I know there's stats. Here we go. Match stats. Take a look at the ratings. Duncan, 6.3, not good. The fans have been on Duncan from day one. They're like, why did you sign this guy? Why are you playing this guy? He's not good enough. And unfortunately, his ratings have kind of shown the fans are correct. But our central defense played well. Haglund and Watts, 7.9s. So they were kind of the key to keeping a clean sheet here. Was our 2 veteran central defenders. So that's good. Caldwell, not so great. Martinez did pretty well, playing a little bit out of position, but that's fine. And then, of course, the big story was Vela, 9.5 rating, 3 goals. Romney and Villalba also played pretty well until Romney got kicked out. Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's pep talk these fellas. The old Pepto-Bismol. Very pleased Very pleased. All right. Let's go. End the match. So up next, we're getting to the less hectic part of our schedule. I don't know what it is about MLS, but they always start their season out with a packed schedule. We went over it ad nauseum. All the travel, all the games. 10 games in 10 days, essentially. It seemed that way anyway. But next up, what do we got? We got a little bit of a break. We got 7 days until FC Dallas, and then another 7 days until Minnesota, and another 6 days until LA. So that's twice we play LA. Do we play LA 3 times this season? No, just twice. Do we play anybody 3 times this season? Vancouver, Seattle, Houston. We play Vancouver 3 times this season, including back-to-back. Interesting. So there's our 3 games. I told you, to make the 34 games work, you got to play somebody 3 times. So it's Vancouver is who we are playing 3 times. I don't know why it's not LA. Maybe Vancouver is supposed to be our new rival. I don't know. We'll check that out. Anyway, we should hopefully be able to work on our tactics and our form now. Get a little bit of training in there. I've been training the team on team cohesion, hoping that will help us out on the field. Our match cohesion is still poor. Team's collective mental state is slightly disappointing at the moment. Locker room, though, we're doing real good. Currently 1 unhappy player. I guess that's better than many. But 7 who are considered to be very happy. That's good. Social groups. We still got these jokers down here who are floating in the ether, just waiting for some friend requests from our other social groups. Unfortunately, these 2 social groups are kind of closed. There are young players, our academy players and our draftees are sort of sticking together. So these boys are going to have to move up here to the core group. We got our captains up there now. Watts is up there. So that's good. Where's our other captain? Where's our co-captain? Is it Caldwell? Okay. So yeah, Watts and Caldwell looking good. They're leading the core social group. We just got to start pulling these other guys up there. Let's see. Happiness. Looking good. Oh, yeah, there was one guy who asked to be traded. And he's probably not going to because nobody wants him. Carlos Alvarez. Fairly poor. He is concerned about playing time. Slightly unhappy. So maybe we can give him some playing time. I don't know. I mean, he's just, Mr. Average veteran guy. Anyway, that's what we got to look forward to. Vela injured. How long? 3 to 7 months. Ouch. I guess we'll send him to a specialist for 5,000. That's pennies right there to get him back an extra month earlier. Okay. So that's good. So this is a chance to put a guy on the injury list, which means he'll be out for 6 games. And since, we're at the roster limit of 30 guys, that means we can sign somebody for the next couple of months and not have to go without. So we will place him on the disabled list, not the season-ending list, because once you place him on that, he's done for the year. So we'll just place him on the disabled list, and he's going to be out for the next 6 games, which should be fine. Should be fine. Much less than 3 months, I would assume. But he comes in, he has 1 spectacular game, and then injured. So, okay. That's it. Now we're going to end the video. We'll come back mid-season, give you an update. Hopefully we get on a run, get on a roll. We've got our 2 3-0 victories in our pockets. So that helped us out a lot, I think. At least it helped out our goal differential. Moves us up to 11th place. We're no longer in last place. That's good, although we do have a game in hand over Colorado, so they could get a win and jump right back over us. Hoping that's not happening. Bounced all the way up to 20th in the league in the Supporter Shield, so we are moving up. Moving on up. All right, so hopefully by mid-season we'll have at least a couple more wins, and we'll be a little bit, maybe even thinking about playoff spots. We're only, 5 points out of playoff spot, even though we have only won 2 games. So, it's not that bad. It looks bad. It's not that bad. So, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.